Solo Sikoa takes on Jacob Fatu next weekend at Night of Champions after it became clear that Fatu no longer wants to be part of his bloodline. Fatu's actions on SmackDown have now confirmed that the new bloodline is over, but Sikoa could have a plan to ensure that he takes the United States Championship in Saudi Arabia. While Jacob Fatu has left the group and Sikoa wasn't able to get the upper hand last night with JC Mateo on his side, one man could make his return and balance the scales in favor of Sikoa, and that's Tama Tonga. Tonga and Fatu became close friends on SmackDown throughout their time in the new bloodline and formed an interesting bond. This could be tested if Sikoa is able to bring him back to interfere in the match and help Sikoa take the title away from his former ally. Tama Tonga and his brother Tonga Loa are both sidelined with injuries at the moment, with the latter expected to return in the coming weeks. Tama Tonga was only sidelined back in April and was expected to need surgery, but as of writing there has been no official prognosis when it comes to his potential return date. The brothers made up half of Sikoa's bloodline, which was able to take on Roman Reigns' Og bloodline several times, even though they mostly came up short. Sikoa has been forced to recruit JC Mateo following their injuries, and it's unclear if they will reunite with the former tribal chief when they are cleared to return. It will be interesting to see what tricks Solo Sikoa has up his sleeve in Saudi Arabia, because it's clear that he won't be traveling to the Middle East alone. June 2025, SmackDown is on fire, and the Bloodline story is once again at the forefront of WWE. But this time, things are different. Solo Sikoa has stepped into the spotlight as the new enforcer and self-declared head of the table after Roman Reigns' prolonged absence. But with Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, wreaking havoc and challenging Solo's authority, the future of the Bloodline may be heading for civil war. Now, shocking backstage reports suggest that Solo Sikoa may be planning to call in a major former Bloodline member, someone fans never thought they'd see back in the fold, to help neutralize Jacob Fatu's growing threat. So, who is it? Why now? And how could this impact WWE heading into SummerSlam? Let's explore the red-hot possibilities. Jacob Fatu, the new alpha? Ever since debuting earlier this year, Jacob Fatu has completely changed the power dynamics of SmackDown. Billed as a monster with no allegiance, Fatu carved his path through the roster, destroying stars like Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Bobby Lashley, and recently even laying out Solo Sikoa in shocking fashion during a closing segment of SmackDown. He's not just winning matches, he's sending a message, and that message is clear. Jacob Fatu is ready to lead. But Solo Sikoa, who has taken control of what remains of the bloodline, isn't backing down. Solo Sikoa's struggle for control. Since Roman Reigns took a step back after WrestleMania 40, Solo has taken the reins, with Paul Heyman reluctantly guiding him from the shadows. But the cracks are showing. With Jimmy Uso exiled and Jey Uso thriving solo on Raw, Solo's grip on the bloodline has grown unstable. Now, Fatu's arrival has thrown everything into chaos. Solo was never supposed to lead. One backstage insider reportedly said, he was the enforcer, not the boss. And now Fatu is here, and Solo feels the throne slipping. It's clear Solo can't fight this war alone. Enter the call for backup. Last week on SmackDown, fans noticed something curious. In a backstage segment, Solo was seen talking on the phone, uttering just one line. It's time. I need you back. WWE didn't follow up on the moment, but fans immediately began speculating. Who was he calling? It wasn't Paul Heyman. It wasn't Roman. So that leaves only a few potential names, and one in particular that has fans buzzing. Could it be Jimmy Uso? Jimmy Uso, the wild card return? Let's rewind. Jimmy Uso was brutally kicked out of the bloodline last year by none other than Solo himself, who hit his own brother with a Samoan spike as Roman looked on. That betrayal marked one of the darkest turns in bloodline history. Since then, Jimmy's been off TV, with reports suggesting he was taking time off for family and recovery. But multiple sources now confirm that Jimmy is healthy, training, and ready to return, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. A shocking Jimmy return could ignite WWE television. Imagine the scene. Jacob Fatu stands tall in the ring after wiping out Solo again. Suddenly, the lights dim. Day one-ish hits. Out walks Jimmy Uso. Hoodie up, eyes locked on Fatu. Crowd goes nuclear. That's cinema. That's WWE. Why Jimmy makes sense. Unfinished business. Jimmy was betrayed by Solo. A return would give him a redemption arc and a shot at either revenge or reconciliation. Family loyalty versus legacy conflict. Jimmy has always been torn between loyalty to his brothers and the toxicity of the bloodline. Now he could return with a new mission: protect the family name from implosion. Fatu needs a challenger outside of Solo. There's no one in WWE with the family legacy and physicality to match Jacob Fatu, except Jimmy Uso. Other potential allies. Who else could Solo call? Jimmy isn't the only option. Here are 3 other big names who could shake things up if Solo is looking for backup. 1. The Rock. Yeah, it sounds insane. But with The Rock recently teasing unfinished business in WWE and his bloodline roots, a short program could see him mentor or confront both Solo and Fatu. A torch-passing moment or a tribal tribunal segment would break the internet. 2. Tama Tonga. Already aligned with Solo in some unofficial appearances, Tama could be brought in full time to even the odds. His NJPW credibility and vicious style would match well against Fatu's chaotic energy. 3. Jacob's own brother, Lance Wwe. Plot twist? Solo recruits Fatu's own blood to betray him. That's Shakespeare-level storytelling. Heading into SummerSlam, what's the endgame? All signs are pointing toward a Bloodline versus Bloodline showdown at SummerSlam 2025, and it could go down in several incredible ways. Option 1. Solo and Jimmy versus Jacob Fatu and mystery partner. Maybe Roman? Maybe a new star from NXT? The tag match opens doors for multi-layered tension. Option 2. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for control of the Bloodline. High stakes. 2 alphas. 1 dynasty. Option 3. Fatal 4-way Bloodline war. Solo versus Jimmy versus Jacob versus Roman. Do we need to say more? What the fans are saying. The WWE Universe is eating this story up. Here's what social media is saying. If Jimmy Uso returns and sides with Solo, Fatu better watch his back. Jacob Fatu is too strong. Only Roman can stop him now. Solo is crumbling. He needs help or he's going to lose everything. Fan theories, fantasy booking, and speculation are going wild, and WWE seems to be leaning into it. Final thoughts. Bloodline Reloaded? The Bloodline saga isn't over. It's just entering its next chapter. With Roman gone, new players are rising. Jacob Fatu may be the most dangerous member of the Anoa'i legacy we've seen yet. But if Solo can rally his family, especially a returning Jimmy Uso, then this could become the greatest faction feud in WWE history. Whatever happens next, the island of relevancy just got a lot more dangerous.